What's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Thank you so much for being here. I know you're gonna love this one. This is a very simple strategy, guys, which includes a 20 simple moving average. Okay, this strategy is based on two things: price action and this indicator. Okay, the simple moving average. We can use also in combination. We can maybe implement maybe a supply and demand zone, but I'm gonna give you I'm gonna show you a few things, how to use this strategy, when to use it, and based on this you can create your own rule in order to start trading and actually being profitable. So let's go ahead and start now. Now, this strategy will work pretty much anywhere since it's price action. This is like the main thing right here is price action. We are adding this 20 simple moving average as an addition to give you a little bit more confident to know that you're actually on a downtrend. Okay, as many of you know, moving averages are basically trend indicators. When the market is below the moving average, it means it is a sell, right? It's a downtrend. And when the price is above, it starts climbing above the moving average, it means it's a potential buy, right? It's an uptrend. Okay, that being said, understanding those principles, this is what we're going to do now. So the first example right here, we're going to find a support and resistance. Okay, very important, since price action is the main thing in this thing, right? So for example, right here, I'm gonna draw right here. For example, you see rejection here, maybe this little rejection here, another rejection. You don't need to go as far, very far, but just as long as you are seeing some type of support and resistance. Okay, and now you're seeing a breakout. What's happening here? So basically, in this case, what we're going to do, of course, we need to know where we're standing all the time. We need to know where we're standing. So let's say right here, okay? You spotted this little nice resistance right here, and then the price broke above, and it was acting as a support, started pushing, and then all of a sudden, the market breaks very strong momentum to the downside. It broke this support, right? It broke it. It came back up for retest, and now on the retest, this is what you need to see. Okay, and take notes, because this is what you're gonna have to like write on a book, on a journal, your certain rules. Okay, and as specific, you're gonna be looking for 3 confluences all the time, guys. I always tell my students this: look for 3 confluences before you actually get in on a sale, on a buy, before you actually enter on the market. And overall, please wait for 3 confluences. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to find those 3 confluences right here. So I would make actually my sell right here in this point. We are retesting, right? Normally the stop would go below, above previous high. NTP, you can go 1 to 2, 1 to 3, whatever. I normally like the 1 to 2 risk to reward. That to me is the best. If you want to hold it for longer, it's up to you. Okay, but 1 to 2 for me is the best. So you see what I'm doing right here. As long you're gonna look for 3 things. Price had broken a previous structure, right? It broke the structure, it came back up for retest, and now is below the 20 EMA, the 20 simple moving average. I'm sorry. So it's retesting, it's coming back up to retest. So let's try to write down the actual notes right here, the actual confluences we're seeing. Okay, so first confluence would be price is retesting a previous support, right? It's becoming a potential resistance now. So retest of support, or let's say retest of previous level. Okay, we're actually below, or let's say, because we are selling right now, we're looking for a sell, right? So in this case, price has to be below the 20 SMA. All right, price has to be below the 20 SMA. Now, next thing would be finding a good candle pattern. Okay, not just because the market is reaching this area, many people would just go aggressively into a sell. Please don't do that. Be organized. Okay, wait for a trigger. Wait for a trigger. What's a trigger? It could be a bearish engulfing candle in this case. It could be a pin bar. There's so many candle patterns that you can actually find in this area. It's your job now to find exactly what they are. Let's say we're going with this pin bar. You see the rejection in this area. It's rejected with a little pin bar right there, and it's giving you a bearish, nice bearish candle right there. That rejection happening in the zone, plus also happening on the 20. You are below the 20 simple moving average, right? So wait for your trigger. Let's say enter on a trigger. Okay, alrighty. So there you go. You have at least 3 rules right there, 3 confluences that if you stick to this, please, if you can print this or write it down and place it, beside your computer, and you can remember all this time, this, believe me, guys, you will be profitable. You can say also big time right here, I'm only going to trade if I spot this setup. All right, you can put this thing on, on capital letters, huge, and highlight it, and that's it. Stick to this plan and you will be profitable. All right, as simple as that. As simple as that. Let me copy this thing. All right, as simple as that. Let's go ahead and find you another setup, on a different pair. Now you see I'm using actually US30, right? Let's go ahead and jump into an actual pair, because this is simple price action. So this will work in pairs, this will work in indices, cryptocurrencies, commodities, everywhere. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and give you the next example. Okay, so we are right here on GBPUSD, as you can see, and let's try to find, for example, this potential setup right here. You have to know where you're standing. Okay, you have to know that there is a nice level, okay, acting as a support, as a resistance right here, 1-2 touches at least in this area. Then price came back up, retesting this, now becoming a support. Now price is pushing up, and now all of a sudden you have this big momentum to the downside. So this drop is pulling back, you see, to retest this area. Let me actually see if I can paste this little thing here. Allow. Yeah, there we go. We have our 3 rules right here. All right, so let's see at this point what the market is doing. Plus, if you want to combine this also with an uptrend, you're actually in an uptrend right here, right? The price actually broke the trend line, coming back off for retest, and now possible continuation to the downside. But that's not what we're here for. We're only finding this setup as part of this rule. Okay, so what do you see here? You see the market broke very strong, coming back for retest. So what do you see? The first rule, retest of previous level. Price is retesting the previous level. Second rule is price has to be below the 20 SMA and enter on a trigger. So price is actually it's not below yet, but this is your trigger. The bearish engulfing candle is your trigger. That's your entry right there with the candle. You need to wait for that candle to close. You need to wait for your trigger in this area. So the stop has to be above that high and TP 122. Okay, as simple as that. Don't get it complicated. You see that I'm finding the same setup also now on a pair, and I'm going to give you more examples so to show you that you can spot this same setup. I want you to concentrate in this setup. Don't look for anything else. Okay, this is what it's about. This is why your guys are actually missing out. This is why you are failing to trade and to be profitable, because you're not sticking to one of your rules. You're not following your rules. And please record this in your head. If you determined, if you're determined and you say, I'm only gonna find for this setups, and this is all I'm gonna be looking for. It doesn't matter the time frame, guys. What I'm showing right here, it will work in any time frame, everywhere. In pairs, it will work in indices, as I mentioned. If you want to do this thing on stocks as well, I'm sure it's gonna work as well, because it's simple price action. Okay, if you want to do that, test it out. All right. But as long as you're sticking and you have this recorded and screenshot this thing and paste it on, on a side besides your computer, and say, I'm only going to trade if I spot this setup. As simple as that. I'm not going to trade if I see something else. If I see this setup, this is where I'm going to get in. And that's it. That's all you need to do. If you stick to this, you will be profitable, guys. Trust me. You guys are missing because of this. You guys are actually, missing out this big opportunities is because you are actually not following your own plan. You don't have an actual plan. Right quick here, without going too far, if I draw another support here, there was a nice support here without having to go so far. What is happening in here? Look at this. Price breakout, broke a previous structure, very strong support here in the past. Price is coming back up for retest. If you don't see any trigger that you're looking for, then wait for the one you're actually like. If then the price came back up again and now gave you another sign here. So let's see the rules. Retest of previous level, right? We're actually retesting the previous level. Price has to be below the 20 SMA. We are below the 20 SMA and enter on a trigger. So there we go. We enter right there, stop below, above that zone, and TP 1 to 2. Okay. Now this is another rule that you can apply if you want. Right here, yeah, let's try to add this one, because this is gonna definitely help you. As a tip, you can add this here. You can say, take partial profits when price reaches halfway down or up. Yeah, or let's say, where's it? Or up, right? What the heck? Right, by that I mean that once the market reaches halfway, let's say I'm aiming 1 to 2, right? Once the price reaches my first target, which would be my first TP, this would be my first TP, about halfway down, right? I'm aiming 1 to 2, but halfway down is my first TP. If you want to do this rule, which I normally do on indices, is once the market reaches halfway down, I would secure profits, that's like my TP1, and then put the stops to break even. It's up to you. If you want to do that, fine. But you see what happened here? You secure profits, and then the price came back up, stopping you out on break even. So if you don't want to do it, fine. If you want to just trust your analysis and say, no, we're still below the 20 EMA. This is a very nice downtrend right here. So I will definitely hold it. That's fine. Remember, this is pairs. In pairs, you're going to have more pullbacks, and the price will try to stop you out. But as long as you're putting, you see where the stop is actually above previous high, always above previous high. This is the last high, next high right here. So in the entry on the trigger, and then the stop is above that high. Okay, believe me, when you put the stop right there, is very like it's a nice zone. I don't know how to say in English, but it's a very secure or safe zone right there. I'm not gonna say it will work 100% of the times, no, because there's nothing perfect. But if you stick to this, guys, if you stick to this, please screenshot this thing, screenshot right here, and save this thing. Let's go ahead and jump into another example. All right, another example. This is USDJPY. Okay, another setup. Basically, I'm gonna paste again here my rule, big rule right there. So I'm gonna wait. Oh, by the way, I'm actually showing you right now all sales. I'm gonna jumping into buys in a few minutes. So right here we have our nice support, we have the price actually is starting to break. In fact, you can maybe stretch it out all the way to the past. So that's a nice support in there. So price broke, came back up for retest, and now you wait for your trigger. Okay, wait for your rules to show up. So retest of previous level, right? Price is retesting. Right here, let's see, price has to be below the 20 SMA. We are below the 20 SMA. Price enter with the trigger. So this one was a tricky one right here, and I wanted to show you this example because sometimes the market will try to stop you out. So look at what happened here. Let's say you enter on this bearish engulfing candle and you place your stop just above the zone. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes the market will try to stop you out before this huge meltdown. So let's say you lose this one. It's part of the game. You're gonna lose. Let's say you lose this one, right? You lost that one. Boom, you lost it. Ah, shoot, you lost this one. All right, but then all of a sudden you see the price coming back up again, and now it's coming for another retest, and it's still rejecting that same zone, and you're still below the 20 SMA. So you can spot another trigger. Let's say you find another trigger. I'm doing this on a 1 hour time frame. This will work in any time frame. Well, let's say you spotted another trigger right there and you're willing to actually make another sell, and that's it. You enter again because you still know that this could still be maybe a double top now and you're still below the area. So I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not gonna get scared because I lost already one here. I'm gonna get scared. No. So 1 to 2 risk to reward, and that's it. If you, as I mentioned, if you want to hold this thing for longer or aim for next target, it's up to you. At that point, it's definitely up to you. But as long as you're looking for the setups, the same setup over and over again, and you aim at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Why a 1 to 2 risk to reward? Because it's a fair, I would say, distance. It's not too far, it's not too close, and let's say you lost 2 trades in a row because you're aiming 1 to 2. You lost 2 trades in a row. The next trade and you win 1. That's it. At least you're on break even, but you're always going to be 1 step ahead by going at least 1 to 2 risk to reward. I would say it's a fair distance. It's not too far. Because if you go 1 to 5, 1 to 6, yeah, most likely you're not going to be hitting those targets all the time. But if you aim 1 to 2, there's a more chance. There's a bigger chance for you to actually be reaching the 1 to 2. It's easier to target. It's not too far away. But it's the same setup. Let's go ahead and jump into another example. All right, I found another example here on GBPUSD on a 30-minute time frame. Just to have an idea that it could also be like that. So this is, I spotted this nice little zone right here. Okay, price is acting as a support. Now it broke below, struggle here to break to the upside. Finally breaking, retesting. You see what's happening here. You had 2 opportunities to get in here, either on this one or on this one right here. You see a bullish engulfing candle after retesting. So I'm gonna paste again my rules here, right, and see what we're seeing. So retest of previous level, the price broke and is retesting the previous level, right? Now price has to be above the 20 SMA. Good, we are above the 20 SMA, and enter on a trigger. That's a nice bullish engulfing candle. Now let's say you got scared on this one because like it's too big already, like it could be far gone already, and your stop loss is going to be huge. Let's say you got scared, you don't want to get in on that one. Fine, you see the price came back again to the same level, retesting for 2nd time and giving another trigger right here. So you have another opportunity. Sometimes the price will come back down. So as I mentioned, depend on what you like, what you want, what decisions you're going to be making. If you get scared, sometimes you will get scared. The market will show you, it will not be that nice all the time. So let's say you decide to actually get in on the second opportunity. You don't want to get in on the first one because it's too far. You think that maybe you know what, my account is not gonna hold this stop loss is too huge. You normally have to put the stop like below. I would recommend below the actual 20 SMA to be safe. below the 20 SMA. But if you think that's too big, then don't go. Don't do it. This one, you see that the market give you that trigger and it closed above the 20 SMA. So, all right, let's go ahead and place it and put the stop loss below that previous low right there, NTP 122. Let's see if it reached the 122. Yeah, it barely reached it. Okay, but you see, we are paying attention to this specific area right here. This is all that matters. Okay, and now this is a buy scenario. I was giving you sell scenarios, but now I'm giving you a buy scenario. This is a simple, guys, simple setup. I am sure if you do what I'm telling you, if you do this, guys, this is a killer strategy. Okay, and guess what? You're not going to be trading all the time because you will be disciplined and you will say, yo, I am only going to be trading if I spot this setup. If I don't spot the setup, then I don't trade. And guess what? This setup will happen all the time. As I mentioned, if you want to scalp, you're going to go on a 5-minute, 1 minute, you will find it. And let's go ahead and jump into a 1 minute setup. All right, so here we go with USDCHF, and you see that this, as I mentioned, this is so crazy. You're gonna find this any time frame, guys. Look at this. This is a little resistance zone right here. Nice resistance, touch, 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 and finally breaking the structure and coming back for retest. Now, pay attention again to this area, to this specific area. All right, what are you seeing? I'm gonna stick again to my rules. Retest of previous level. Price is retesting previous level. Price has to be above or below, depending on what you're looking for. In this case, we're looking for a buy now, so it has to be above the 20 SMA, right? So that's the price is getting above with that trigger. Okay, enter on a trigger. Long position. As soon as that candle closes, your entry is right there. Your stop below that previous low or below the zone if you want. Let's say you want to do it right here. We're still, anyways, we're placing the stop below the 20 SMA, which is fine. And then you aim your 1 to 2. That's all you need. That's all you need. If you want to hold this thing or trail it because the market is above the 20 SMA and you want to trail it, you can say, okay, I'm just going to step out if I start seeing the price going below like it did here, you know, closing below. Okay, that's when I'm out. If that's part of your rule, okay, then write it down. Part of your rule. I'm going to get out of the trade if I see the market, the price going below the 20 SMA. And that's it. As long as you're sticking to this freaking setup, guys. I mean, I cannot stress this enough, guys. You are failing because you're not disciplined. There's so many ways of making money in this market, but you know, you guys think that it seems complicated, but once you start seeing the markets this way, to me it looks so simple. It is simple. It's not complicated. As long as you're backtesting this thing, backtest, you may find opportunities all the time. Just think about this. You have plenty of pairs where you can find entries every single day. If you imagine if you're scalping in a 1 minute, you will find plenty of entries since there are so many pairs. If you're still interested in trading pairs, if you only want to trade indices, that's fine. You will also find this type of setups on indices. Okay, let's go and jump in on a Bitcoin and see what setups we can find on Bitcoin. All right, I found another quick example right here on a sell scenario on Bitcoin. I'm on a 15-minute time frame, and let's try to find our zone right here. There is a little zone where the market show rejection right here, maybe acting as a resistance. The price broke above right here, retesting this area. Then you see this big momentum to the downside, breaking the area, coming back up for retest. And now let's go ahead and paste our rules right here. So retest of previous level. Okay, is retesting the previous level. Price has to be, in this case, it's a sell. Okay, so below the 20 SMA. We are below the 20 SMA. Enter on a trigger. What's a trigger? The bearish engulfing candle. So you go there with your entry, your stop, if you want to put it there or above the zone. You know, as I mentioned, this is a cryptocurrency, it might actually move a little different. But if you want to put the stop above the 20 SMA, that's fine. Let's see if you can take the 1 to 2 risk to reward almost immediately. It was an exact 1 to 2. Let's see. Yeah, it was a 1 to 2 risk to reward on this setup. So you see, guys, that there is no excuse. You might say, oh, Eduardo, but yes, you're finding these setups, they are already formed. Yes, I don't care. They will be forming. These setups will be forming all the time, right? Maybe you're not gonna find them on the 15-minute time frame all the time. No, but if you keep looking, guys, it's your job to look for it. You know, I can make it easier than this. You know, just giving away this information, and you know, you can go 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever time frame you want. Just look for those setups. They will be coming there. Sometimes you won't see anything. Guess what? If you don't see anything while you're here, then go away. Find another you know, cryptocurrency. Find another pair. Go jump into another pair. Jump into a stock, whatever you want. Let's try to make fun of this thing, and let's try to have fun actually, and let's try to jump into Apple. Let's see if we can spot this type of setup on Apple. And it's kind of crazy, but look at right here what I'm doing right now. I'm on a 5-minute time frame. I'm on Apple right here. What do you see? You see a big support right here. What the market is doing here, the market has broken a structure, pulling back, and now okay, maybe on a 5-minute it's not giving me the best trigger here, but let's say you spotted a bearish engulfing. If you spotted a bearish engulfing candle, you want to get in there, okay, then your stop is right there, and the TP is freaking 1 to 2. Come on, guys, I'm not lying here to you. I'm giving away this information. Take advantage of this thing. Please take advantage. Again, what I'm doing here is this. I'm following my rules. Stick to your plan. This is your setup. This is all you need. You need to look for the setups. Alright? That's it, guys. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you like this type of content. If you like this content, please give it a big thumbs up. It motivates me to keep posting videos every single day. I really want to help you guys to become profitable traders. Don't look at trading as like, oh my god, this is so complex. It is at a certain point what you're learning, but what I'm teaching you right here, guys, if you put it into practice over and over again, you will see this thing so simple and so easy. Believe me. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.